at high volume, preferably in a residential area.
Yeah, boom, hey all you sports fans out there in the Jumbo sphere, to you, the individual, part of this collective, welcome to the OMSR Gen 5.0, your brief but very concise host, Will, the alternative ESPN sports show. Do a little intro show, thing-a-ling-a-majings, you know, the clipboard coming up, and the last two where fours, tournament reviews, Elite 8, focus on Gonzaga. Oh, poor Gonzaga. And Duke, the Michigan State. Louisville. Keeping to that format here pretty much. A little preview of what's coming up. Beauty of Gen 5.0 is to bring you a little bit more content than before while still indemnifying the OMSR position in a CYA context going on here. Good sport there. Rick Pitino. The way free throw shots fell before overtime. Magic, gotta love it. School spirit, keeps you young. Who would Kobe root for there in Philly? Quickie Sport Rant's gonna be with Stu Scott. You know, we lost him earlier this year. I was totally caught unawares. Beginning of the year, Super Bowl. So they were doing it in the context of, you know, he loved that game. I submit to you, he would have loved these Elite 8 games, especially this weekend. And Dwayne, darn that, we're going to get into that too on the Quickie Sport Rant with regard to Michigan State and Mo Pete back in the day in 2000. You'll see from a few of the OMSR house cheerleaders, we're now calling them. All this next generation of fraternity brothers letting slip fly their honor and code. So no more fraternity references. Although I will say PKA, Ike, house at the U of U, and all the other ones for that matter. 20 years ago, none of this sort of stuff was going on. All right, so off to the Will in the Box. All right, so down here, little Will in the Box, the CYA context, a little less in your face, give you some relevant commentary as it comes up. So we get to the segue of the Quickie Sport Rant with Stu Scott and Michigan State connection. And I'll just be down here trying to, like, see little snippets in between. Guys on site, should met with your third man on point, commentator-wise, or fourth as the case may be, but after all, I did put this together, so I'm still a little inclined to do so. Alrighty. Coaches there, Seth Green, and sorry, you know what. Alright, so we'll start out here. Duke and the Zags, what's been made about Gonzaga this year? I think Pingo should have kept his hair short. Did not have these.
Tony Romo, Jason Garrett enjoying it. These guys are adopted Duke fans. And then Coach Greenberg again. Matt Jones.
First shows us that Matt Jones was a big-time jump shooter in high school. I believe he knows everything about Texas basketball. He made 3 big threes.
Anyway, not important. Right there.
He have a great shooting game, but
it's like kind of the best highlight from him, which is surprising. They really showed him down. Huge moment there. You're 6'9", up and dunk that. Don't suffer from Larry Bernardus. 6'3", block that rim.
That guy had a good. This guy has changed Duke basketball this season. They moved him to power forward. He can guard. He runs the floor. He rebounds. And he finishes around the basket.
And then Matt Jones with the steal. That steal that Coach K fired up.
I, for one, all year long, I'm not the biggest Duke booster boy. It goes back to UNLV in 91.
In the final couple
get into that, but I've said at times this year, they did not pass the eye test, but they're coming together now pretty good.
16 points. Coach Few finally got over the hump with Gonzaga, getting into the Elite 8, but still a disappointing loss.
I think a lot was made of Jaleel. He's not the first best big man, I say, with all due respect. And poor Mark Pierre, you can see the look, disappointment on his face, as opposed to, yeah, I'm taking the whole net plus my portion of it.
We didn't let up on defense at all. We always knew how to defend. We just knew that we had to make more of an effort to do it, and we knew that we want this season to end. These kids are judged very closely by everybody. But in the tournament, we've been playing good, and then we didn't for about 4 minutes at the start of the second half. And then after a couple timeouts, our guys got to talking. What they're doing is they're talking better to one another, so they're playing as a unit, and it translated into really.
I think that would happen more often. Basketball court, closer together than football. Sometimes there's less talking. Now listen, check this out. I mean, that's not exactly, that's contrast the numbers going on there, right?
Only turning the ball over 3 times in the entire game. That combined with the real balanced scoring attack from Duke, I mean, those starters all almost scored in double figures, and really the only one who did was Julie Okafor, who had 9 points.
I love this Duke team right now because I think the pieces fit, and a lot has to do with justice.
No, this depends on Okafor now, as I was alluding to. The whole team effort now. He's probably going to go up here in the next 2 games.
Matt Jones, you're going to have to run a play.
Assuming by saying, I played Michigan State. I thought, Friday and slept. Great. Good one, Will.
That's the difference in this Duke team.
Scratch that.
And I got to tell you, I think, and Seth knows this, the best
1 game, maybe 2.
basketball, if you're not a point guard, is being a small power forward, because you're the recipient of some unbelievable mismatches. Right now, Justice Winslow is really hard to guard. You put a big guy on him, he's able to take him away from the basket. Put a little guy on him, he can take him to the hole. And he's versatile defensively, as you pointed out. And I think when they went small, and they go small now quite a bit, this changes the whole dynamic. They're much better defensively.
Seth Green, he'll give you'll hear
game in this tournament.
But it's
later on, like a little consolation. I think that might be this bit right here coming up. Oh, it's still great, guys. Have you ever driven to Gonzaga from the West Coast? All due respect to Eastern Washington. It's depressing. You get to Spokane, like, all right, we're here. Spokane, or Gonzaga's sort of been stuck in this loop for a while. It's time to move past the consolation stage.
Today, and I thought the ball got stuck. It's very rare to see.
Sure, for their fan base,
and I
got
think
to be
that was the difference in the game. And they forced turnovers. Turnovers led to easy scoring opportunities, but this wasn't vintage Gonzaga, but I think Duke had
the point being my euphemism, Spokane's pretty cool looking city. I mean, you get to see some pine trees after hundreds of miles from flat Eastern Washington. Everything's made out to be.
I wish we would have done it a little bit differently.
A bit of a dull drive. That's all I'm saying.
I mean, Wiltshire made threes, Bell made threes, Pangos made threes. I thought they could have gone inside more.
I heard you saying that in the room.
True. Their inside game in this particular game, and like I was alluding to, the NCAA has restricted, even like ESPN from showing a whole lot. And you saw like less than some total of 60 seconds.
38 all, and Duke extended the lead in that 5 minutes, and there was no flow to that Gonzaga offense. You got to give Duke some credit for that, but that was out of their character. But let's face it, they had they had a great season. They've got a great program. They've got a great culture.
Yeah, you've driven through Eastern Washington, now you've arrived at lovely Spokane. All right, freeze that. Segue to the quickie sport rant. Stuart Scott, we all know, what he gave to the sports lexicon. The catchphrase, opening catchphrase I was trying to think of when I first started this project. Something along the lines like he would have approved of. It sort of had the effect of, word to the mother, without it being too, trying to piggyback on some of the things that he would say, like boo-yah. I tried reversing it. Y'all boo? No, nein. Y'all do speak Danish here, since I am Scandinavian. Guten Morgen. Vodner do. Yeah, it does. But in a single word, it wasn't going to work. So I came up with that other in thinking of him. And frankly, back in 2000, we started doing that other thing, combining the names together at the proper syllable, right? Mo Pete, Morris Peterson, first college player I ever heard him referred to like that. I think he made it up on the fly, frankly. He was the dude who first started, you trim your beard in, like really thin like that. Good look. Yes, this was back in 2000. So it's sealed approval. This was before the national championship game when I would actually watch SportsCenter from time to time. So I saw it enough to know that Stuart Scott had not referred to any other college player in that way. Whatever he called her, you combine the surname with your first name together. And so I'm trying to invoke his spirit now. Maybe this year it'll go through all the way. All right, so plenty more highlights coming up. I'm going to check out now, as you will see. Return your regularly scheduled volume back to you. Thanks for watching. No silly DUIs while you're out there, reminding you, sports and alcohol, they are joined at the hip.
This one was close throughout. Physical battle. Under a minute left in the game. Denzel Valentine dishes to Marvin Clark Jr. off the glass. Spartans take a 1-point lead. 11 seconds left, down 1 in this one. Look at Terry Rozier. Misses. Mango Mathiego with the rebound. He's going to the line. 50% free throw shooter.
Whoa! About that one right there.
Look at the emotion from Mathiego. Magic can't believe it. He would miss the second free throw, though. We go into overtime. Here, Bryn Forbes.
Yeah, Bryn Forbes, the transfer from Cleveland State, big today.
Then Forbes misses, but you know who else was big? Brandon Dawson here with the offensive rebound.
Brandon Dawson, 11 rebounds. Don't wake Brandon Dawson up. His ability to run, get to the offensive glass. He brings toughness to this team. Denzel Valentine is the guy that stays. He sees all 5 defenders, makes everyone else better.
You know, Brandon Dawson had 9 points, 11 boards, 4 blocks in this game. Travis Trice, 17 points, 5 and 5. Another great game from him. Wayne Blackshear was unbelievable for Louisville. 28 points, perfect from the line. But Montrezl Harrell, 0 field goals in the second half and overtime. More on that in a little bit. Here's Coach Pitino after the game.
Sometimes it can be a cruel game. You know, you think about, I was positive we were going to win it when that first free throw went in because it shouldn't have gone in. And I said, we're going to win this thing. And we set up a trap. And then when he missed it, came in overtime, I was still excited.
That first free throw he shot, hit the rim, bounced up, rolled around a little bit, then goes in. You're like, this can't be happening right now. But we said it. Zell said it. He's going to miss the second one. He's going to miss one of them, and we're going to be fine.
We all had, one goal coming into this tournament, and, when you lose an overtime game the way you lose it, when you was one possession away from winning, it's pretty tough. And, it just hurts.
There came a point in the year where it's just us, just the people in our locker room and our program. And I'm just more happy for us as a whole. We stuck together. We could have quit. We could have rolled over and died, but we didn't. We just kept fighting.
After shooting 50% from the floor in the first half and we're out to an 8-point lead, Louisville's offense went cold. They shot just 18.8% from the floor in the second half. That's the worst performance by any team in a half in this year's tournament. Seth?
And I think to Seth's point, they not only controlled Harrell in the second half, they really battled him, but they made Rozier take a lot of tough shots. They took 14 jump shots in the second half, Louisville. Almost every one of them was challenged. And Travis Trice, who you wouldn't consider a great defender, he's part of that mentality of, hey, I'm not going down as a Spartan without giving it my all. And I thought Michigan State toughened up in the second half. And let's be honest, Louisville did struggle to score at times down the stretch of the season. So this was not unusual.
What adjustments did it?
One thing on that, don't you think this? I'm not sure Michigan State is good individually defensively, but they are the epitome of a team defense. They're always in their gaps. They bluff in their gaps. They're active. They're physical on the block. They do a good job outnumbering the ball and ball screens. I mean, when I look at this Michigan State team, they're individually, we say, do they have a lockdown defender? I'm not sure they have a lockdown defender. But as a group, they can lock down and take away your offense, which is really good. I'd rather have a great team defense than a great individual defender.
Fred, I want to follow up on your point about how they improved offensively in the second half, too. What adjustments did Izzo make to get them more into the flow in the second half?
It's interesting because even though they trailed by 8 in the second half, Seth and I have studied that Louisville matchup zone. They attacked it fairly well in the first half. They got some breakdowns. I thought Montrezl Harrell was out of position some. When you play against that Louisville zone, it's man zone and it's both on the same possession. First half, they did a good job of moving their people around. I thought the second half, they moved the ball around even better. They knocked down 3 key threes when they really needed to get back into that game. And they were really comfortable on only 36 hours of preparation, Seth, at attacking that zone because that zone's a puzzle. And I thought they did a good job.
It's like a Rubik's Cube. I mean, it could be impossible to solve, but bring forward. I mean, unbelievable the way he's playing right now. I saw his
teammate.
Teammate. I saw him in the exhibition game. We saw him in the Champions Classic. Totally different player, Marvin Clark. And that's the magic of Izzo. You're bringing guys coming off the bench now. They've developed. This is a team. He's got more contributions coming.
You know why I love the best? I love Travis Trice because if you look at his career, the guy's been hurt, the concussions, he's been through everything. 4 years with Tom Izzo, and once he got healthy, he became a big-time player. And you know what? Like Quinn Cook, guys, I'm not sure that people appreciate what Travis Trice has done for this Spartan team. He's leaving a legacy, along with Brandon Dawson, of taking this team back to the Final Four. And he had an up-and-down career mainly because of those injuries.
Well, speaking of a legacy, certainly a man in East Lansing who built himself a legacy quite a long time ago and is still a legend there. Andy Katz had an opportunity after the game to catch up with Magic Johnson.
What has this program meant to you?
Meant everything. This is my life. When you think about the winter time, first of all, the football program is great. And then I'm going to bring in this guy here, one of my best friends, who has done a wonderful job. And I love him, one of the top coaches in America. And that's what Spartan basketball is about, Spartan Nation.
Tom, what does it mean to have him here?
The world. I said, he's the greatest winner there ever was born, and he helped us win these games. I swear to you, when he talks, we listen. Championship.
I'm going. I'll see you there. Hey, have fun. Go have fun. But I think that we are all so close. Former players come back. They're a part of it. I love this. I'm like the big brother to everybody. And so my dad, I get to bring him. He's 81. He gets to enjoy this. This is just great for everybody. And also, Michigan State is good for college basketball. Still got a lot of seniors that are tough-minded, and I think it's great. Wisconsin did a wonderful job. Kentucky's in it. What a nail-biter. What a game that was.
So what kind of chance do you give them to win it?
Well, you know, I think they got a great chance. You know why? Because they're confident. They feel really good about themselves. And when a team is feeling good about themselves and they have the confidence, and then you got one of the, like I said, best coaches in America. One thing about coaches, though, they will be ready. They will fight all the way to the end. He's a fighter. They're a fighter. And so it's great to be a